Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to be doing a quick walkthrough of the Mantis mission in Starfield. This is a really great early game side quest, so you don't really want to skip because you do get some really good rewards for it. Not only do you get this full Mantis outfit that you can see here, it includes the helmet, the suit, and the pack, but you also get a brand new ship called the Razorleaf, and you can see that behind me as well. So starting off, you'll kind of come across this quest naturally if you do find the item pickup related to the Mantis quest, and that takes place during the Old Neighborhood, which is part of the main storyline. So this will lead you to a particular area, which we'll go to and show you this, but that will start this Mantis quest line, which is here. So the first thing that you need to do, you'll see, is that you need to read the secret outpost slate. So now we'll go to that location and I can show you where you can find that particular item. Alright, so as mentioned, as you go through that Old Neighborhood story mission, it'll eventually lead you to this location, but we are at the Nova Galactic Star Yard, and the location of that should be pretty familiar to you because it is on our moon. Here's the moon, there's Earth, and we are in the Sol system, so you can travel to the moon and you'll see the Galactic Star Yard here. So first thing we want to do is we want to dock with that and enter the station. Once inside, this is sort of the main entrance area here. You're going to run into a battle, if you haven't done this yet, of a couple different factions fighting each other. So there's quite a few different enemies that you're going to have to fight through. And as you do that, these guys do respawn, by the way. So I had to sort of refight and redo this fight when I got back here. So all these guys respawn. So if you've previously gone through this but you didn't get the tape, I'm assuming you could come back and kill these guys and get it again. But basically, one of these guys, when you kill them, will have that secret outpost tape. And once you loot that and then read it, that's going to kick off the Mantis mission. So now back on our ship, we've read the log, and that is having us go to Denebola 1B. So if we back out and look at our map and look at the systems, Denebola, if I'm pronouncing that right, I don't know, it can be found right here. And we want to go to 1B, which is this guy. And I've got this discovered already, but there is this lair of the Mantis, which we're going to want to land to. Once on the surface, from here, there's our ship. There's going to be an outpost pretty much immediately right where we landed. There are going to be enemies and whatnot that you're going to have to fight through. And this is actually where going to be, once you complete this is where you'll find the ship. But to get into the actual outpost and kind of make your way down there, again, there'll be some enemies here, etc. I'm not going to sort of go through all of this, but just kind of to show you where to start. This will be the door. Oh, we've already got somebody causing some problems. You'll go through here, and that'll kind of lead into the next portion of the quest, getting down to the bottom of this lair. From here, you are going to have to kind of fight your way through this. There are quite a few enemies and things like that you're going to have to deal with, so make sure that you do have ammo, adequate med kits and supplies and things like that. Again, I'm not going to go through this whole thing. It's a pretty natural progression of just sort of making your way through this area and progressing. But I do have a couple callouts that I'll want to sort of highlight just to be helpful. Kind of in terms of the quest, so we're at this part right here, explore the lair of the Mantis. There is this optional section where you learn more about the lair of the Mantis. I completed that just by kind of picking up logs and things like that. I didn't notice any sort of benefit of doing that, but that's sort of an optional. Just if you find there's speakers on the wall that will have recordings that play. A couple enemies will have logs that you can pick up and read. I was doing that, and eventually I got this check mark. So again, I don't know if there's a benefit to doing that, but that's how you do that. And then once you get down to the bottom, which will show, that's where you claim the new spacesuit, and then also the starship as well. All right, so I've progressed a little bit down further into this lair. This is one call out, one particular area. So there's going to be a little bit of a battle in this room. And then there's going to be a guy that you talk to after everything's all said and done. And you sort of have a choice to work with him, help. He'll offer to help, or you can kill him. I'll leave that to you. But basically that will lead into this sort of, I guess you'd call it a puzzle. So apparently there's a way to do this by looking at the letters, and there's 4 turrets up here. I just jetpacked and sprinted through. I just sort of ignored that whole section of it. And then there will be turrets up here, and then from behind they couldn't shoot me, and then I just destroyed them. So there may be a correct way of stepping on the right letter. Again, I just sort of blew through, and that worked perfectly fine. But once you get past that, then that will sort of lead to where the Mantis suit and the Mantis spaceship are. So here we are. This is kind of the final area, bottom floor of the lair. If we run out into this room, this is where we're going to find all of our rewards. So the ship is going to be on this big platform here. You'll hit a button and it'll raise up to the surface. I kind of called that out when we first got to the planet, but there's that pad there where the ship will be once that's raised. And then in terms of the suit, that's going to be around this corner. And we can loot that from this mannequin here. It'll have the helmet, the suit, as well as the pack. I've got those equipped currently. And I'll kind of scroll through these so you can see what they're like. But here is the suit, here is the pack, and then here is the helmet. So if you're doing this early game, it should be a pretty nice upgrade for all three of these things. Plus, the helmet looks pretty cool. And then also it has a nice benefit where it has the chameleon ability. So if you crouch there, you can see now I'm invisible, which is kind of a nice benefit as well from this kit. So that's kind of the general gist of it. There's some stuff you can loot in there, etc. So kind of spend some time running around and exploring too. And then once you get that elevator lifted to the ship to the surface, you can take this elevator up, and that'll kind of take you back out to the exit. So I'll kind of leave it at that. Again, really good early side quest. Definitely want to, not something you want to skip and kind of do it immediately to get these nice upgrades. And so there you go. So hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and we will see you later.